Hey YouTube, last single typing cup team, Shadow Machamp, Lickitung, and Alomomola. And this one was kind of, the first two make sense because Machamp's weak to Fairy and it's weak to Koffiguri. I guess Lickitung will kind of deal with both. And then I was looking through, I'm like, okay, I need a third. And you can either go like, I could have just gone like a bunch of other things. I could have gone Ninetales, Meganium's a sort of safe swap. I could have gone other way. And then I was like, Alomomola, it's tanky. You already have the counter damage. You have Lick, which will get Lick and Body Slam spam, and Cross Chop spam, quite honestly, too, which will grab shields. And then you can have like a bulky Pokemon, which you can just kind of absorb all the damage on and still output some fast move damage there, right? So, ran with that, and it worked pretty well, right? So, good lead. They come in Kaffa, that's expected, and this is why you have an answer for it. And Alomomola is one of those Pokemon where it's like, it was one of those things where it's like, it worked so well in certain situations. Just like, I remember one matchup, I don't know if it was in here, but like one matchup, like I got Machamp to grab a shield against like a Ninetales, and I like almost farmed them down, but they like, so I got like one shield, maybe two shields, and they were loaded with energy, and then I come in Alomomola, and they're just like, crap. Like, they can't really, like, they throw an overheat, and it does like 30%, right? So it was really nice just to be able to like absorb a lot of just charge moves on it, and just let Machamp just kind of roam free. So they catch on their own Machamp here, and now at this point it's just like this is a not super effective, but this is like Machamp coming through with hard hitting shadow moves. So fine, like, what are you gonna do here? I can just farm down. I can take these moves. Close combat or foul play, neither is gonna take me out, quite honestly. Yeah, close combat, not even close. Easy farm down. Like, maybe it's this one, because it looks like it's Ember. Oh, nice catch, actually. They caught in their own Alomomola. Nice. This still hurts. And now Lickitung should be able to wipe this up. The thing with Alomomola, if you're going to play with it, what cup is it good in? I forget the cup that it's good in, but it's a bad Pokemon in sort of neutralish to bad matchups. I mean, you're like, obviously it's bad in bad matchups, but like when it's in bad matchups, it's like really bad, because maybe one of my losses here, or when I play bad, I accidentally got it on a Dragonair, and it's just like you don't have any, because Psychic and Hydro Pump are such bad charge moves that it takes forever to get to them. So if you get caught in a bad matchup and it takes like 12 waterfalls or 10 water, I don't know how many it is, maybe like 10 waterfalls to get to the Psychic, you just have to like eat it, and then you just have to like, you're gonna lose, right? Because they're just gonna come loaded with energy, and there's nothing that you can really do. So with this team, you basically kind of like use your shields on Machamp, try and get a ton of damage through here, and then I can basically take anything here. I could take a Skull Bash. I figured it may have been Skull Bash, and if they're likely to throw it first, so I do shield, and it shield up Skull Bash. So this game is over. I will get to the Psychic to, I assume, take it out. Not even. So that you can just see that. Like, I know they were boosted with the defense, but like that was like a 25% Blastoise that I couldn't even take out with a Psychic. Like, it does not hit hard at all. You're using it for its bulk, and waterfall damage will add up. It will add up. But yeah, if you want something that can actually throw charge moves and do something, do not use this Pokemon. Use this Pokemon if you want to absorb damage. To absorb damage. And so this is like a pretty good example, right? These waterfalls do add up on a Shadow Machamp. And they eventually come in Dragonair, so I get the Lickitung on it, which is good, because then I can hopefully chip. But the Machamp's probably almost at like 2 cross chops already. And I'm nowhere, like, I assume they're going to use a shield maybe here to try and take this out. I think I'm gonna have to try and shield too. I could probably live one. If they were smart, they would shield this. Because now I'm just going to be able to... They're too low. Yeah, they're too low. I'm just going to waterfall down. Even though they're at like 2 moves. They're at 2 moves, so I have to eat 1. I just want to see how much 1 does. And like, it's not insignificant, right? So 2 probably with the counters would have taken me out, but the waterfall damage will just be too much. So good lead here. Let's see what they swap into. If it's a Kaffa, I get the Lickitung on it. If it is a Politoed, I don't mind throwing a move here. Because you will force shields immediately. And then a full health Lickitung should be able to already take down a slightly already 5 times countered Politoed. Politoed just... Politoed needs a buff. You can't buff Mud Shot. They nerfed Weather Ball in the past. Buffing Weather Ball like would make something like Pelipper even more deadly, which kind of hurts. And Ninetales, right? A9. Weather Ball buff would buff them up, but it just needs like it needs another move or something. It's hurting right now. It's really hurting right now. There's no reason to use it. If you have Swampert, there's absolutely no reason to use it. Shield this up. Obviously, they're down. Are they down to 0 shields? Did I see that? They don't even get the lower of the attack. So I can just farm down now. Yeah. Loaded with energy. See what comes in. Is it the Kaffa that comes in and just gets rock slided? Oh, Hypno. Same thing though. Maybe it's a Shadow Hypno. I need 2 rock slide to take it out. Yeah. There's 1. And the counter comes through. And this will be 2 that I think takes it out. Yeah, 2 rock slides to go to Shadow Hypno. And then I can just go full farm. Like, oh, what a beast. Shadow Machamp, when it gets on a roll, is very, very, very tough to deal with. So you better have an option in it. A lot of Ninetales. I'm just not getting any of them on my Alomomola, but that's okay because I am getting this lead with the Ember. You're gonna get to the cross shop first and basically okay, that's interesting. Nah, that's smart because that way you take it in the 0 shield, but I'm gonna shield and keep switch. But now the damage is done there. Hypno comes in. I have to come in here immediately. This is gonna be tricky because the problem is they're going to be able to, and this is why I already tell this is going to be a loss. Because the confusions are going to hurt me just as much as the waterfalls hurt them, except they're going to get to like a Thunder Punch in like 2 more confusions to actually throw something at me. Meanwhile, I'm going to need, I think it's like 8 or 9 to get to a Psychic and like 10 to 11 to get to a Hydro. So they shield this game's over, which I think they do if I remember. Yeah. So like the problem with you can't leave this Pokemon as a closer like this. The only way you leave this as a closer is if you can like, if their shield's down or you can waterfall down. If they have a shield and it's like full health like this, you're just drawing dead. There's absolutely no shot. Some champs against Kaffa, so crappy here, got to get out. Probably Lickitung. They do not have an answer. Ooh, they come Meganium, but they came in really slow there, which may help me flip this matchup, which I kind of need to do. So I'm going to probably shield 1 Frenzy at least. Maybe I'm going to double shield. I can live 1 Frenzy. That's for sure. Maybe I can just lick down here. I'll let 1 go. I'll let 1 go. And hopefully I can just lick down. And just flip switch here. Okay. That's fine. Really can't have a Machamp on the Kaffa here. And it looks like they may try to... Let's see if they shield or not here. Yeah, they may just try and sweep with whatever they have in the back here. So I'm going to come Kaffa. I mean, Alomomola. And they are not leaving, and they have their own Alomomola. So this is one where you're just going to see if I had more... Like, I'm down in the 2v1, so it's tough, and they're going to get to the Psychic here. But if they didn't have a shield here, if it was like 1v1, this matchup would be a lot closer. I think I'm going to get farmed down, unfortunately. But these counters are doing a lot of damage, and they let it go. So, like, there you go. In the even shields there, you're basically taking it low. I don't know why they saved the shield for Kafka. It's already way too low. I think they maybe weren't going to get to a move. I don't know. I don't think Psychic would have done it enough anyways, quite honestly. Whenever you see Kafka in the lead, you always have to worry about if you come Lickitung, they got a fighter. Or a Reggie. There, yeah, I was about to say, they've got at least one answer for you. This is a pretty decent one. You actually can keep this matchup quite close if I want to, like... If I shield the Focus Blast and it is a Focus Blast and not a Zap Cannon, I could realistically flip switch here if I wanted to. Because the Body Slams will come through quick, resisted, but they will come through. Lick's adding up a lot. You live one Focus Blast, so they're not going to take me out here. Although I do double shield, which is interesting. I don't need to double shield. I would live that. I think I'm double shielding because... I've got to imagine that anything else is not going to hit me as hard as this is. So they end up using one shield and two shields. This is not going to take me out. I don't think so. I think I live this. Yeah, barely. And I'm going to flip switch. So I flip it in the two shield. Yeah, Lickitung, especially with that little bit of shield advantage. I pressed them. Okay, I definitely pressed that move. Everyone saw that. This game was a little laggy. It was honestly... For a complete Go Battle Day that also had regionals, it was not bad. It was not bad at all. But it did lag at times. So I just tank 2 Shadow Balls there, which is huge. And shields down, I can at least do chip damage here. Probably won't take it out, but now I can come counter. Right into a freaking fairy. So no wonder they don't need to worry about my Machamp because they have 2 extremely hard answers for it. Not enough to take it out. This is going to take me out, and I'm going to go down there. Yeah, I mentioned in my video yesterday or Monday. Yesterday's team. I hate running with a fighter on the team because it's just like... Between all the Kafas, Mucks, and Fairies, it just seems way too risky to run a fighter on the team. They let it go. Out comes the Gramble, which again, I have kind of 2-ish answers in the back for this. So no wonder they didn't get out. They're running an ABA team. But the only problem with running an ABA team is if you do what these people just did, I can immediately get out of my Machamp, and I usually should have 2 answers for your B in the back. So I'm going to lose this, but Alomomola is my win condition now, especially against a Charmer, right? Plus Machamp, I'll probably shield up here. Because Machamp counters, like 2 or 3 counters is when you have just a waterfall user in the back. Shields are useless to me for them. Okay, I only got 1. But even that 1 is important, right? Because it's chip damage. And now they have to get like the crunch off, hope they lower my defense, and then can get to another move. So there's 1. They didn't even lower my defense. I don't think they're going to get to another move either. Charms did add up, but not enough. So yeah, it was a okay Pokemon to use. Again, you need to use it with use it as like a sponge, and you need to grab shields with other Pokemon, which I thought Machamp and Lickitung could do with Body Slam and Cross Chop, right? Lickitung and Machamp basically cover each other's weaknesses throughout. Alomomola is like a tanky Pokemon to absorb. So that's it. Like I said, Match League Premier, I just did a couple battles on Monday here. And I'll do another 5 sets tomorrow with 1, and then I'll showcase the team Wednesday afternoon, and then we have league turnover on Wednesday. So I appreciate you watching, appreciate the support, and I will see you guys in the next one.